settings, and you can do that. We are live now. So
Yeah.
sorry guys for coming late. We've not done this before. Dr. Gladys was trying to be techy at the back end, and she had a lot of issues. Guys, please pardon us. Dr. Gladys, you're welcome to class. Thank you for showing
Thank
up
you,
this
coach.
evening. Thank you for your time, and we know that
Mhm.
it is going to be an interesting conversation. This is supposed to be for a maximum period of an hour. So we've
Mhm.
done 8 minutes already, but let's see how we go with the conversation. I see Ivan in the house. Ivan, you're welcome. I see Akanimo Basi, Alexis, you're welcome. I see Ivan from Kenya, you're welcome. And everyone, please go tell them we have started and we're here now. But Gladys has been able to fix the technological glitch. Thank you for staying with us. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Innocentia. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. So Dr. Gladys, the conversation tonight centered
Mhm.
around the five love languages, secrets to love that last. That's the
Yeah.
conversation tonight.
Mhm.
So, looking at the subject, I want you to tell us what resonated well with you when you read through the book. I know it's the kind of book that a lot of us seem to have read, but then
Mhm.
I know there are different levels of understanding. You have been in this world of love matters even before we were born. So, Dr.
Mhm.
Gladys, what resonated with you when you read the book? Tell us. Oh, sorry, before that, let's introduce Dr. Gladys, please. Pardon me. You see? Dr. Gladys, please introduce yourself first before we talk about the book so they can get to know you on a deeper level. Who is Dr. Gladys,
Yeah.
please? I know that there are people who would like to do business with you here, so tell us.
Hmm. Yeah. Good evening, listeners. Good evening, leaders. I'm Dr. Gladys Kubi Yufanyi. I'm a relationship coach, a second language coach. Those who like to learn English and French. I'm a psychologist and a bunch of so many things. Not to waste the time because we are already late. I think we can only pick off, and with time we are going to know ourselves better.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Dr. Gladys. So let's get right to the book. Tell us about the
Mm.
book. What resonated with you when you read the
Yeah,
book?
yeah. So this book, Five Love Languages. When I picked up this book, since I'm a linguist, I just fell in love to know the five love languages because I've tried to know the language, what language really entails. And I came to discover that in anything that we do, language is very primordial. And if you want to really succeed in whatever thing you are doing, the language you speak and the language I speak, we must understand ourselves and be effective communicators. Yes, when I talk of effective communication, that is communication that is not being interrupted in any way. You understanding me and I understand you. We work together and then we see
Okay,
productivity coming up. So when I read this book,
okay,
I really, I really found myself inside this book from life experience, from my career as a linguist. I discovered that every book that we are reading is interrelated in one way or the other. Language coming in to love. And that is what we are going to discover in this book. What resonated well with me in this book is the love tank, the love tank being filled or being empty.
ah,
Yes, love tank. Yes,
okay,
you have to fuel your love tank by using what? Language. Yes. So your love tank, if it's
is
empty,
even that
then
okay?
your relationship is going to break. It's going to turn stale. It's going to be sour. Can you imagine a sour relationship? But if your love tank is full, then you are going to succeed in your marriage. And this is a common principle that people don't understand. Because as Gary states, there are many books, many articles, many magazines, radio programs that go on how people can improve their relationship, but we read and follow up, and it's very difficult for us to apply what we have read. So he's just putting it down in five simple terms. using the love language.
Interesting, Dr. Gladys. It's even that I remember that, of course, you're a language coach. So you should be interested in anything that has to do with a language.
Language.
So, tell us, what's a relationship in the first place? What is a relationship? When somebody says, I'm in a relationship, what does it
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah. When somebody say I'm in a relationship, the first thing that comes to our mind is just that man woman relationship. Yes, this person is falling in love. This person wants me for this or for that relationship. But I want them to understand here that there are several types of relationships. You can have a friendly relationship. You can have family relationship, which is related to blood. That's family relationship related to blood. And you have just acquaintance. You meet somebody and you people can discuss, say for when you are having a journey on a journey and it ends there, you people don't have anything again in common. And when we come to marriage, marital relationship, we see that is very intimate. It's very intimate. So relationship is a kind of connection that you have with somebody, a dealing that you have. It exists between two people. It can be more than two with more than two people, but when it's with more than two people, I bet you will not even enjoy that relationship. So when it's between two people, you see that
Dr. Gladys, are you still
interruption.
there? Okay,
I'm
we can hear
there.
you. Please,
There is a
please go ahead.
there is.
Sorry
Are you
about that.
getting me, coach?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Yes. I was saying that relationship is something which is very, very, very interesting and it exists between two people. And these two people have to be in union and understand.
Okay.
I'm having an interruption.
Okay, I think there's a call coming in.
Why?
Okay, can we go on now?
Hmm. Yes. This my issue that I'm arranging today. It's very difficult.
Technologies. Dr. Gladys, I understand. Dr. Gladys, okay. Guys, welcome. I see you from Romania. How you doing, Alexander? Welcome to class. Onyekachi, you're welcome. I see Enugu today.
For that, I'm
I see
using a different
Manaka from South Africa.
get me.
Welcome.
Mute. Mute. Before mute.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mute.
relationship
Yeah,
is
in a
a dealing
second.
between two or more people, but can be best enjoyed by two people. Beautiful, beautiful, Dr. Gladys. Can
No,
you hear
volume
me
is
now?
okay. Yes,
Okay, I
I'm
think
getting
you
you,
speak.
coach. Mm.
Okay. Please, can
Volume.
you go on with the conversation? Let's talk about marriage. What is marriage? To
Yeah, coach.
You have
Marriage.
explained what relationship means. Can you tell us what marriage means as well? Can you
Okay.
hear me? All right, go ahead.
Marriage. Mm. Sorry.
Sorry,
I'm
guys, for
using a
the
different
glitch.
phone.
Sorry for the glitch. Are you trying to switch your
Somebody's
device?
no, I'm using a different phone, so somebody is insisting on the call. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
All right.
okay, okay,
So marriage is simply a union between two people. Marriage is a union
okay.
between two people, and is always very that it is like being a decision that two people have taken, and they are in holy matrimony. Holy matrimony. I will call it holy matrimony because I'll call it holy matrimony because this This phone is disturbing me. Oh no.
Sorry. Sorry about that.
Okay, I'll call it blessed in holy matrimony, because when you are married, when you are in a marital relationship, you people have to go into something like uh, pre-marital relationship, where you study each other very well before you take that decision of becoming partners, becoming a
Okay.
couple. It's a life
Okay.
thing. It's not like something that you jump in a normal friendship relationship and something happens on the way, then you just stop it. So when you are engaged in marriage, it is a matrimonial something, and it is a kind of a relationship that we are not going to apply the mathematical formula of 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 1 in
Okay.
marriage is 1. So that is what
Okay.
people should know in marriage. Yes. And marriage, for me, my own small knowledge that I've known for the time that I've been alive and in marriage is
That one
that
is not small, Dr. Gladys.
yes, it's a school where
Decades of experience.
you obtain a certificate before learning. It is a school where you obtain a certificate before learning, and not the other way around where you study before you have a certificate. So that is marriage. So when you have your marriage certificate, after you have signed your blessed your marriage and signed your marriage, you you are into a school now where you have to study your partner, your spouse, and really understand who that person is that you are living with. From the start, you people are there dating, everything is so sweet. But when you people get married, you are in the home, it's quite a different thing altogether. The school begins from there. Hello, are we together? Network problem? Is somebody getting me in the house? Hello? Network
Yes, Dr.
problem?
Gladys, I can hear you, please. I can hear you. Hold on.
Yes, so I'm saying that marriage is something like a school, but you have your certificate before you start learning your spouse in the house. It's not like the normal school way where you study before you have your certificate at the end.
Certificate.
Yes. So that is how marriage is. And that is why we really have problems in marriage, because that school is not an easy school. It's a very complex school where you have to be calm and patient and really understand who that person is that you are living with.
Hello, Dr. Gladys. Are you still there? Hello, Dr. Gladys. It seems the network is really not stable. Guys, we're so sorry about that. So she was talking about the fact that it's an institution that you obtain your certificate. Thank you, Basi, for putting that up. It's a union between two people, yeah, and it's an institution you obtain certification before learning, meaning that you will never graduate from the school of marriage. I think I could remember there was a time somebody said something really connected to this, that one of the most difficult institutions or the most powerful institution you can ever think about is marriage. Guys, do you agree with that? That is more difficult than any other institution you can think about. Who would agree with that? If you disagree, tell us I disagree in the comments. Before the top Gladys comes back, um, let's chat around that. Is it the most difficult institution? For those of you that are married, okay, those of you that are not married, you may not be able to relate. But someone once said that marriage is the most difficult institution in the whole wide world. The whole wide world is the most difficult. Oh, Ada agrees. Wow, beautiful. Tell us why. Tell us why in the comments. Yes, Ayona, you obtained certificate first before learning. Can you imagine that? You are given a first class degree before you even commence the journey of relationship, of coming together as one. Fund one. Yes, I agree. Beautiful. So tell us, why do you say you agree? What are your points? I believe, Basi, you are married to. Tell us. Is it the most difficult? Tell us in the comment. I want to see your comment, guys. Marriage is a mystery that can only be unraveled by mastery. Okay, okay, beautiful. It is a mystery that can only be unraveled by mastery. It is a mystery that can only be unraveled by mastery. Okay, interesting, interesting. Study each other very well in a relationship and get to know yourself before engaging in marriage. That one is cool, but you will never know them up to 5%. You will before the marriage. You never know your partner up to that high because even your partner is still getting to know his or herself. Um, it is the simplest and the most enjoyable institution. Akanimo says it's simple. All right, I think you have your perspective around that. You have your perspective, right? So before Dr. Gladys joins us in the conversation, guys, how have you been enjoying Transcend? This is the seven. I was almost going to say the eight, right? This is the seven, and we've got 7 more days to go. So we'll be rounding off this conversation by next week, Sunday. And I want to celebrate those people that have been consistent in this very program. I believe you have invited your friends, you've learned a lot. Do yourself um, a good what do we call it now? Do yourself a favor by going back to all of the replays. Okay, go to all of the replays and listen to them again. And if you are not yet in our program, you are not yet signed up for a mastermind program, a book club, do well to sign up because by the end of this month, you are not going to be able to enroll at this current offer. So do well to sign up. We've got instrumental payments, we've got monthly payments, we've got different packages. Send me a DM. There's a link in this description. You can send me a DM to know more about our programs. And if you want to, okay, Dr. Gladys is here now. Send a DM to know more about what our program. Dr.
Problem of
Gladys, you're
network
back.
problem.
Welcome. Sorry
Attending
about
network
that.
problem. It's
Okay, I
horrible.
just asked a question. I think I was trying to engage us in a conversation around the
Mm.
marriage thing. If it is, but someone once said that it is the most difficult institution you can ever think about. So I wanted to get
Yes.
our people's perspective around that. And I have seen so many feedback. Somebody says humans are changing. Are changing. What is no today can be yes tomorrow. That is why you don't
Yes.
graduate from marriage. Okay. Oh. Mom Innocentia says it is simple and complicated at the same time. Okay. It is simple and complicated at the same time. Another person says
Yeah.
it is sweet and sour in the journey. Oh, beautiful. That's Mom Innocentia as well. Okay. Okay. So, Dr. Glad, what do you have to say about that? Is it a difficult institution? Is it a simple
Yeah.
one? Is it sweet
I
and
would say
sour?
that it is sweet and sour. When it
Okay.
starts from the beginning, it's very sweet. All the love
Uh-huh.
talk is coming.
Sugar, sugar.
So, yes, and Gary, Gary, Gary provides us answer to this. It's not a difficult school, very simple school.
Okay.
The problem is
Okay.
that we don't understand the primary love language of our spouse. The
Okay.
primary
That's why
love
you're
language.
here.
Yes,
The language
that's
one.
yes, that's why I'm here. My language, your language. We don't understand the primary love language of our spouse. Yes, and that's where
Okay.
the problem. Yes, when you are just dating, you are into what she calls in love. You are in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. The thing is very sweet. They take you out. You date. You come back. They take care of you. They cuddle you. But when you come into the house, why are you keeping this thing here? This thing is not supposed to be here. Why are you behaving like this? You find yourself crying, something that you really have planned for it seriously, that when I get married it's going to be like this, it's going to be like this, I will enjoy my husband, I will enjoy my wife. But you see the whole thing just getting sour, getting stale, as time goes on. Because when you are in love, Gary explains that it is an illusion. That's a kind of imagination in your mind that you feel you have met the perfect man or the perfect woman, and you people go into the relationship at times without even taking time to study each other, without even going for counseling. Some people just get married. And when they get married at this time, you come into the house, you find yourself wanting. You find yourself wanting because you don't understand the primary love language of your spouse. You know, I deal with language. I deal with language. So when he explains, and it was very interesting to me, when you are speaking even in your dialect, you understand the dialect, the way you are speaking is so sweet. And if somebody tells you that leave this your language and switch to another one, it becomes difficult. So that is just how marriage is like. For you to learn a new language, picking up a new language is somehow stressful. So
That's so
when
deep.
you get married to your spouse, understand the love language of that person, which we are going to discover in the course of this conversation, those love languages and how you can use it to develop your marriage. Yes, how can you use those love languages
That's
to
really
develop your marriage?
profound, Dr. Gladys.
It varies from person to person. The love language I will like or you will like will not be the same with what another person will like. Yes.
Yes.
So in that case, you see
Interesting,
that you
Dr.
are just
Gladys.
you're wasting your time because you are not speaking the language that your partner understands.
So you are
That's
saying
where
that when you are getting married, you are picking up a new language. And so
yes,
your
you are
ability
picking
to
up.
understand that language and speak it well will help your
Yes,
connection or
it,
your
it
flow.
boosts it boosts it
Okay.
boosts your relationship. Yes, not just language, new primary language. Primary
New
is not
primary language.
yes, not even a secondary language like we learn Japanese or Chinese or what or what. New primary language. There are certain things that when you say to me in my primary language that I like, I will understand you very fast and I will love it. That, oh, you have talked to me in this way. That is my primary language within me. So you have to discover that in your partner. You have to discover that in your spouse. If you cannot discover that, then you just find yourself lagging behind, and very soon you say you are going to divorce. Like the case Gary has given us here, there is a man who has been married for 19 years. I called in 19 wasted years when I read the story. To 3 wives, and they have divorced. In one, he stayed for 2 years. The wife delivered. After that 2 years, the marriage was bitter. Another one, he stayed just for 1 year. After 6 months of honeymoon, of lovey, the marriage got stale. After 2 years, they separated. He got married to another one again after 6 years. So I calculated the number of years that man has wasted. It's 19 wasted years. And divorced all the 3 women that he got married to. So this man is asking himself a question. What do those couples who stay together do? What do they do when Gary told him about the love tank that has to be filled? Does it mean that that emptiness, they try to cope with it in their home? Or does it mean that they do everything just to persevere and tolerate each other within the time? And or does it mean that love exists in some marital homes? You can imagine that somebody who got married 3 times and divorced all the 3 times, 19 wasted years. So he's just like
Can you
looking as
imagine?
if there is no happy marriage, according to him. And you see many
Is there a
couples out.
perfect marriage, Dr. Gladys?
That's what I'm trying to say. There is no perfect marriage. There is no perfect marriage. And that is why Gary has gone to one chapter to say you have to love the unlovely. You have to love the unlovely. Yes. How are you loving the unlovely? You have to love those things that your spouse is doing in the house that to you, you think they are not good. For example, most of our husbands, when they enter the house, you are watching a program, they just switch it up and they put football. They put their football match. Yes. So they don't really care whether you were watching something serious. To them, the home is theirs. The television belongs to them. they are watching their football, but that's what he really is interested in. You, as the wife, you are not interested in football. But as a wife to your husband, what do? You have to love that football also. Loving the unlovely. You have to develop interest to love that football, sit with him, watch the football match, make a bit of comment for him to laugh. Then he too will say, that's his primary love language. That's that my wife is making me happy now. My wife loves this football. And gradually you are
Uh-huh.
going to discover that his primary love language is building up in your mind, and you know how to tackle him. When he's happy that you love that football, he will have time to spend with you, quality time, and discuss one or two things with you, because you are showing interest in some of those things that you feel that you don't love in your husband. It's not forced.
Dr. Gladys, do you believe this? Somebody says both individuals must be willing to give their 100% to make it work.
Yes, you
Can
give
we
your
get that from
100%.
both parties?
You give your 100% only when you know the love language of your partner. Okay, I'm going to
Okay.
explain something. I'll explain something a bit here, starting with the five love languages that she gives. That the first one is like you being able to use affirmative words to your husband or to your wife. When
Okay.
he or she does something good, you affirm, oh, yes, you did this. It's so nice. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You see? But with some people, it will not work. Another person will like that. You should be that kind of person that you can help in services in the house. When you help your spouse in the house, at times with the children or with cooking in the kitchen, she's happy. Some people like it that way. And you see that she now is going to say you are trying to understand her. Rather than allowing her, you
Mm.
have men who stay in the house, they just watch the television, they don't even care what you are doing from morning to evening. You are a full-time housewife, taking care of the children, doing everything. They don't even assist you in any way. Some women go very comfortable with that. Some don't, because that is not their primary love language. Another
Yeah.
person will want the husband to spend quality time with her or with him. Either you want your husband to spend quality time with you, not quality time like you people sit and you are only looking at the television, or your husband is watching a film and you are there, or you are on your phone, your husband is on your phone. Quality time in that your husband is supposed to ask, how has your day been? How is work? How are the children? How are you feeling today, darling? Look, and you ask your husband, how was work today? And you people share
Dr.
and
Gladys,
talk.
we're no longer using Dalio. That one is old fashioned. Dali is for your, it was for your time, oh. Now it's babe.
Babe,
Hello,
hey,
babe.
babe, sweetheart, whatever you like to call your babe. So you use that language. You people should be intimate. Take your wife out once
Okay.
in a while, as you people used to do when you were dating. Take her out to those places that she used to love. You people can sit and you eat, you drink, you discuss things that concern you people. And he makes mention in
Mm.
this book. It was very interesting that when you enter in a restaurant, when you go into a restaurant, you take note exactly of couples and of single people who are dating. Yes, that the dating
Mm.
people, they are so intimate, the way they eat, they put food in the mouth of their babe, they smile, they concentrate on themselves. The couples look around the restaurant. What is nice in this restaurant? What is not nice in this restaurant? So couples don't really go intimate to discover that love which is them in them. They don't go that intimate. So for some people, they will like that you should be able to spend quality time with them. And
Okay.
another person will want physical touch, just coming back and giving a kiss on the cheek of your wife. That, babe, are you home? Meh, some will just like you to chat, physical touch.
I know
Yes.
Patsy will love that one.
eh.
Yes,
So
Patsy.
in the case where the man is that kind of person, Before he's entering the house, he's taking off his suit, and you take his suitcase, you are keeping it somewhere. He's just like
Ah,
grooming.
that
He
one is a
enters the
serious
room.
matter.
It's
You
a
will not
serious
see me
man.
there.
There are homes like that. There are homes like that. The husband cannot just groom. That's bringing problem, might be from the work side or from a side chick
Ah,
back to the home.
uh-huh.
Yeah, some people lack that in their home. And then there is another, the last one is receiving gifts. Some people like gifts.
Yes,
When
I
you give
like
them
that
gifts,
one though.
they are very happy in marriage. So we have to
Okay,
discover what our partners love. We have to discover that.
okay,
We have to discover what our spouses love. If you don't discover what they love, then you have missed the target, and you people will always be having problems. And you see, there will be no balance. And what is happening now are there thousands of couples they only want to go in for divorce. You forget to know that this is that babe that you used to say, honey, sweetheart, babe, boo. You just forget about all
which
that.
one is boo again?
And you
Baby
want
boo.
now to baby boo. You want now to go out of
Mommy.
that marriage. But you forget to know that word. When you step out of the marriage, you will still meet another man and the relation, or another woman, and the relationship will
You
be
start
sweet,
learning another
and you will get
language.
another language. So Gary is here just to make us to identify what your partner's primary language is. What does your partner love? Use that language of what he loves. Either you are giving him gifts, either you are giving him affirmative speech, either you are rendering services, either you are giving a touch, either you are spending quality time with your wife or your husband.
Okay,
You see, yes, and it applies also with children.
okay. Beautiful, interesting, Dr. Gladys. So I want to ask you, should we set goals in our relationship? Should we set goals?
Yes, I think we should set goals in our relationship, because any relationship that is not growing, if there is no growth in your relationship, from the day you get married, you are like at a standstill. 10 years, no project has been carried out, no developmental issue in your home, even your chairs to change, you cannot change, then that relationship is not a good relationship. It's not growing. It's not growing at all. You have to set goals every year. What are those things that you people have to achieve in your relationship as you are together? So when you people are achieving those goals, after knowing the love language, you really see that you are going to develop in a most rapid way. Develop know the language first. Then you people make your goals now and execute them as one. Execute them as
Dr.
one.
Gladys, from your own decades of experience, what kind of goals? Give example. Is it to buy chairs or to cook good food? Which of the goals? Ah, my wife
Uh,
this year. You must start cooking
hmm,
me kati kati and local berry.
no, no. Those are not the goals we look as developmental. For example,
Okay,
yes, even making the choice of the school your children are going to, planning for
okay,
the future of your children. You have some parents, even at this time, who don't even send their children to school. They are like kind of lukewarm. They don't even know the importance of the child going to school, and they don't even know the type of school to send their children in. So that's one
okay,
of the goals you have to set on how to bring up your home. Another goal can be that your wife or your husband is under educated, and you people can decide that, all right, my wife is going to carry out her studies, continue with her studies, because most often women drop out from schools just to get married. And it seems as if marriage is just a kind of procreation, that you are going there just to follow and give birth to children. But if you people understand your primary love language, and your husband has discovered the talent that you have, he keeps on telling you, That's your primary love language. Oh, my wife, you are doing this thing. I'm seeing that you have a hidden talent in you. I'm seeing that you are very intelligent, a woman. That means you can go back to school. That's a project you people are carrying on. You educate your wife and you look for a job for your wife. If you feel the income you are having is not able to sustain both of you people have to set those goals in your home and see how to improve on your lifestyle as couples. You don't do it single-handedly.
Okay,
Mhm.
interesting. What if you
Mhm.
have a partner who is not interested in those things?
Yeah, if the partner is not interested in goal setting, we still come back to the love language. You have to know
Okay,
how to tell him. For example,
okay,
if you want to tell your partner or somebody that why can't you buy a plot, or you have a project of in mind that you people can buy a plot, you don't just say, you my husband, why can't you buy a plot? It's rude. The word of God says in Ephesians 6 that what, that husband must love their wife and wife must respect their husband. Ephesians six
yeah.
thirty two. If you cannot respect your husband, maybe that's his primary love language, but you can tell your husband that, babe, it seems as if it's good for us to have a plot
Lots
where we
of
can
fun.
construct our house in future. How do you see this idea? Might be you have a bit of money. Say, okay, I have a bit of money that we can purchase this plot with. How do you see the idea? I have a bit of savings. You see, if it is a language that the man understands, he is going to be very happy, and might be you will not even use your money. He's going to use it, and the plot will be purchased, and you see you people start constructing your house. So
Interesting.
that love language should be there. Know what your partner's love primary love language is. Make that tank to be full, and you only discover that both of you will speak and understand yourself. Even with eye contact, you understand what your babe needs. Yes. And once you get
Is
a
it
grip of the, you get
okay?
a grip of the primary love language of your spouse, you just keep changing the language of your partner.
Oh, I can't hear Dr. Gladys. Guys, can you hear me? Is it from my
He's
end?
coming in. Anything you need, you ask him, he'll give you more.
Okay, interesting. All right, guys. Yes, I still have one more question for Dr. Gladys this evening. She's going to address that. Alexander says, respect is a natural language that everyone understands, even if anyone tries to deny it. Okay, beautiful. I love that, Alexander. I still have one more question for Dr. Gladys, guys. So if
Yes.
you have any question, please ensure you drop your questions in the room so we can give room for that. Dr. Gladys will address all your questions. Please drop them in the room. Okay, if you are yet to be married, maybe you are still planning to, please, you can also ask questions around maybe being in a relationship, dating, and stuff like that. So Gladys is an experienced mother in this area. Okay. So guys, drop your questions. So don't come and ask me, oh,
Mhm.
me, I'm just coming up.
Mhm.
Drop your questions now. So guys, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do where to subscribe. Click the subscribe button, like and comment, okay, so that we can keep growing and flying. All right. So, Dr. Gladys, I want to ask you, why are there so many divorces today in the world? Why do we
Yeah,
have so many divorces in the world?
there are so many divorces in the world because we believe the way we began our relationship should continue after marriage. But as I've
Okay.
explained, marriage is a situation where you have your certificate, then you go to school. We are learning,
Mm,
but most often we are not willing to learn because we are illusional. We feel, oh my God, we feel they understand us. Meanwhile, they don't understand us. You can be saying something,
okay.
your partner does not understand you because you are not saying it in the primary love language of your husband.
Okay.
You are not saying it. So when this marriage gets stale like that, you just see people get married. I saw a couple who got married, and not up to a year they were divorced of recent. Not up to a year
Wow.
they were divorced. It was just like, hey, look at you, this stupid man. You came and made, oh, look at this woman like this. You are like this, you are like this. That's how they were quarreling on the eve of that marriage. I mean, the following day, that day that the celebration took place, as they went to bed, it was quarreling, 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 quarreling. And at a certain point, the parents, they look at the situation, it was not good. They had to call it off. And what most of our kids do today is infatuation. They fall in love so blindly. All of us have done that, even love at first sight. You just feel that the person loves you so much and you are very soft when you don't even understand the person. So when you come into this relationship now in marriage, you see that it's very difficult for you to cope with the very man that you thought that the person, because human beings are egocentric. They are so self-centered. Harry explains it very well in this book. They are so self-centered. They always think of themselves. They always think of themselves. That is why most couples you find in the house at times, the man will always say, my house. He will not say our house, my house. That's the self-centeredness of
Imagine.
human beings. It's very natural. But when you people get married, it's good for you to have good counseling before you get married, because when you have this counseling, they really give you the positive and good side of marriage. They don't just counsel you only on things which are good. And they always ask us, have you understood your husband very well or your wife? We say, yes, we know the person, we know the person. When you go into the home, things become different. Things become different because the man too has left his own family and you have left your own family. You people have to build up your family. And in building up this family, it's always very difficult. There are many challenges that we see on the way, which is not really too important. They are trivial, but we attach so much onto it. Your husband can say something that to him he feels that is normal, and you just get so hurt, and you think that why should this man say it like this to me? He does it the second time, he does it the third time, you find yourself packing, and you say, he has done this 3 times. I've talked to him. He's not willing to understand. So I cannot stay in this marriage. See, so it's really something that when you people are in courtship, parents even try to advise that don't get married. You know, at first, before you get married, they do what they call in French enquête de moralité. They do some findings to know about the family. If there is a particular kind of illness in that particular family, or a kind of behavior which is not good, or the father of that boy or the mother of the girl behaves in a funny way. But nowadays, they don't do it. Two people just meet and they come together, and you just find if you like to convince the girl, like yesterday, I was in a traditional marriage, a Cameroonian girl getting married to a Chadian, a man from Chad. So at one point, we discovered ourselves we were in a Muslim kind of marriage at the end. When they were dancing, they covered the veil, they were making, yeah, 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 yeah. I was just asking myself a question. When you go into this kind of a marriage, a very different place, different religion that you have followed your own religion, you are going to a new religion, it's a very big tax. But now, if you advise that girl can never listen to you anything you are saying, because all what we do from the start of any relationship is that we are infatuated. We see it very sweet. Oh, this my husband. When I get married, my house will be like this. When I get married, I will have children. My husband will have a car. He will be taking me to school. He will be doing this to me. Aha. But when you come into the marriage, your expectations are not fulfilled. They are not met. The husband also, you don't even think that the husband is also having his own expectations.
Our network, please. Oh, we want to
You don't
hear
even
Dr.
think
Gladys.
that the husband is also having his own. There is a problem. There is a problem. The men also have their expectations, just like the women, they have their expectations. So there must always be a compromise in the relationship. And Gary is trying to make us to understand. Don't tell your husband that marriage is supposed to be a 50-50 affair. Don't tell your husband that. Try to understand, try to understand what he loves, the love language that is going to make him happy. When you discover that he needs just a touch him in a very good way, and then you put your problem through, you see that the response you are going to have is going to be important. It's very difficult for us to understand what Gary is explaining here, but I bet you, when I was reading this book, I tried to find myself at one point where it was not going with my husband, and I saw that yes, it's true, we didn't understand. He didn't understand my love language at one point, and I didn't understand his at one point. Yes, it happens. There is no perfect marriage. So when trouble comes, try to evaluate yourself and see whether you understand the love language of your husband. In a way, we used to tell our children that know what your husband likes. Mothers will advise their children, cook good food for your husband. When he eats the food and he's happy, put your problem. Present your problem to him and he's going to solve it. In a,
Serious one.
yeah, that's how they used to think and advise us. But it's not all about food that the man eats. It's you
Dr. Gladys.
knowing the love language of your.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Gladys. We have up to about 6, 7 questions here. I don't know how you are going
Oh,
to answer all of them under 5 minutes, but you are going
uh-huh.
to try to answer to give answers to each of them in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I will
So the
try.
first question, okay, the first question is how can some is on the screen. Can someone have two love languages? That's the first question.
Yes, it's very possible for someone to have two or three love languages. Once you discover it, there are some people who like the touch, there are some people who love gifts. The two. Most of us love gifts.
Okay,
I think nearly everybody loves gifts, but it is not something that triggers everybody. There are
okay,
even children that we give gifts to them. They throw it, they throw it, and some children love it. And those children who love
yeah,
it, you notice they also give you gifts. Those
yes,
children who love, you discover that when you come, they try to touch you, they scatter your hair, they touch your dress. Know that those children also they need you to touch them.
yeah, physical
Yes,
touch,
so
yeah.
so
I have
it
a
is
son like
very
that.
possible for
He's always
somebody to
touching you.
have. Yes, and another child would like to play with toys, play with this. That child loves this.
Yeah. Mm.
Yes, and
Interesting.
there are children that when they come back from school, they follow you left and right. You must ask them, "What have you learned today in school?" That's a child who needs that
Quality time.
to spend quality time with him or her. Yes.
Yeah.
So we should try
Okay.
and understand.
Thank you, Dr. Gladys. Thank you. Innocentia is asking, how can
Okay.
we revive a dying love between married people? How can
Yeah,
we revive a dying love?
we can revive a dying love. It's just repetition by knowing the love language of your partner. Know what your husband likes. Does your husband like you people to spend quality time with him? Yes, because some couples, when they come back, you are tired from work. I'm tired. We sleep. We turn our back. Their husband will want to touch you. I'm tired. I'm tired. Does he love the physical touch you are not giving him? Just look
Dr.
where
Gladys, don't even go
what
there.
is
Oh,
lacking. Mhm. It's a
oh
problem. It's a
yeah.
problem. Yeah, it's a problem. Just know the love language. They put it as a language
It
because you
seems,
must know the
it seems
physical
that one
touch.
is the language of every husband, though, Dr. Gladys. Touchy, touchy.
Yes, it is. So that it can be more than two love language now. We have said it.
Yes, we have the touching, and then the
Give
touching is stable.
and
Okay,
act of act of services.
okay,
Mm. And if you
okay,
love that act of services, give the act of service to the man. Might be he's doing something. You
okay.
need to go there and help your husband. Let him also know that he can help you. Seeing you helping him, it will make something to him that my wife too, I can help her. How is it that she's the only one giving me services all the time? Know the love language of your husband.
Okay, Akanimo says, does people love language change over time?
Yes, people can love language change over time because when you discover the language, the love language of your partner, you are adding more fuel to the emotional tank of love. You are adding more
Okay,
fuel. So over time, if you see that you are lagging in your marriage or your marriage is going to break or is dying, and just because you have followed this program today and you have listened to the 5 love languages, find out which one will trigger your spouse and
okay.
you trigger it. If it works, all right, then just know that the
Experimentation.
love language is going to change.
Okay,
Yes, and your marriage is
all
going
right.
to
Thank
work.
you. Thank you. Can you really love someone you don't know? Ada Julius.
Hmm. That's what I've already said, that now children get married and there is nothing like parents interfering in their relationship because they bring people to us and claim that they know the people. Meanwhile, they don't know the people. Because if you don't know the family of your spouse very well, there is a big problem. When you get married, you have to know them now. So you get married to someone you don't know. There is internet marriage that you people are doing now, left and right, online marriages. Yeah,
So
online
glad
marriage.
have you seen that? They are doing
We don't
marriages
know
online though.
online. We don't know how it ends. We don't know whether it is very effective or not. But at one point, we see that there is a problem. So getting married to somebody you don't know is not important. It's not important. I've seen a case where online marriages, they connect, and finally, when the person, you come to meet the person, they invited the girl abroad. She went abroad and discovered that it was a cripple.
Hmm.
Yeah. But he was sitting on the chair. They were talking like this, talking like this. Eh? He discovered that he was a
They
cripple.
were doing Zoom.
Yeah,
They
zooming.
were loving
And
on Zoom.
yes, I'm in love. I'm in love. I have my fiance. Hey, I will go abroad. You go there and reach now, you discover that it's somebody you don't know. You continue in such a relationship. No.
You continue. We are eating rice. Can the prevailing economic condition affect or change someone's love language?
Can the prevailing economic condition affect or change? Economic condition, I don't think it should change a love language. We have stated the 5 love languages here because love language does not mean that your spouse should be rich. If you are
Mm.
getting married to a man or a woman because he or she is rich, be very careful. Yes, that prevailing economic situation is going to trap you down. Yes. So when you are going in for marriage, they say it's for better or for worse. So you should know when
Dr.
when
Gladys,
money
we
no
don't use words again. No. For better, for best. No more words. No. Oh, Dr. Gladys, did you hear me? Hello?
there is money,
Hello,
there is
Dr.
love.
Gladys.
Yes, coach. One Nigerian artist sang that
I said we don't use better for worse now. It's better for best. Too.
better for best. That's
So,
good.
yes, we don't use words
Uh-huh.
again. No, Dr. Gladys.
So that Nigerian artist sang that when money they love go they, when money no they love go go.
Let's
Uh-huh.
go,
So
go.
are
Ukwa.
you in that situation? Are you in that situation? Prevailing economic situation should not affect your love. Please plan your marriage, set your goals, and know how you manage your economy, and know that there is much ahead of you.
Dr. Gladys, thank you so much. We have enjoyed the session. I know we would love to continue. I think I was sharing something like this few days ago, a few weeks ago. That we're going to have a special seminar for relationships. We have a
Uh-huh.
relationship book club, Dr. Gladys, relationship and marriage book club. So I think we're going to
Yes,
have a special weekend where all the things we'll discuss is going to be love matters. We'll bring you, Dr.
yeah,
Gladys, come and tell us love, 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 love.
Yeah.
There are a lot
So
of things we want to do to round
yeah,
up.
what
Yeah.
I want to add is concerning children, because you have to
Okay.
understand that children also have their love language. Children also have their
Okay.
love language, and there are still these very five love languages for children. Every child has certain basic emotional needs for love and affection. A child needs to know
Yeah.
that he belongs. So once there is no adequate supply of affection, the child will not be able to grow into a responsible child. And when there is a
Okay.
place that the love tank of the child is empty, the child misbehaves, and we start asking what is happening with this child. You not showing love to the child. You not trying to discover which love language your child needs. As I've explained, that some children they follow you after school
Mm.
with their books because they need quality time. Some will touch you, they
Yeah.
need you to touch them. Some are going to render services after school because they need you also to render services to them. If you don't know these
Mm.
children's love language as they grow up, when they are already adults, it's a big problem. And then you start
Yes.
having problems with the children. The children will run home to go and meet others outside to educate them. And you can imagine what your child will be falling into. You can imagine other parents teaching your child terrible things outside. They're not going to teach your child anything good just because you
Mm.
fail to discover the love language of your children. So please, marriage is a very sensitive issue. We should handle it with care. There are so many issues in marriage, but I'm advising someone listening to me today here that apply these five rules and see the one that works in your marriage or the two that works in your
Okay.
marriage. And you come
Okay.
back to this very program as coach is saying that we are going to organize a relationship and marriage program, and you testify here that you tried and you discover the love language of your partner. Please try to apply it, because
All
often
right,
we
Dr.
claim
Gladys.
we claim to know that I know I've tried this. Try, you have not had the result. Mhm.
Patsy, please, oh, this thing is applicable to both parties. Did you hear that?
Yes,
It's not for
yes,
only your wife, oh.
it's not
Okay?
only for the wife.
I'm
Yeah.
saying it because of what Patsy has said. Say, thank God I didn't miss this. Sorry, my wife don't finish for my hand. So
No, no,
tell
no,
your wife to watch this video. Wife, if you are
no.
listening to me right now, this is applicable to both parties. Okay? Dr. Gladys
When we talk of
has been able to
when we talk
address
of
that.
spouse is the man and the wife. When you go for
Yeah, you
counseling,
understand. He's just trying to pull our legs. Okay. All right. It's been fun. Dr. Gladys, will you recommend this book? You know that the first time I read this book, I think it was back in 2013 to 12. It was so powerful. And I told myself I'm going to read it again. I remember in those days we
yeah,
used to have a lot. Well, I don't want to go deep into that right now. I believe that we're going to have a special session again. Hopefully, when we have the time before the end of the year on relationship matters, matters of the heart, so that we can grow, we can build capacity. All right. So, Dr. Gladys, will you recommend the book for them to read as well?
I will recommend it so much. When you read this book,
Okay.
by the time you go to the end, you see your marriage already booming, booming. Yes, there are important things there, and it's a very good book because he has reviewed the book for three times: 1992, 1993, and 2004. So it's very current and it has
1992, Dr. Gladys.
yes,
Jemima, when were you there?
1993 and then
Like, when were,
2004.
that's interesting.
2004.
Meaning
And
that the
he
principles
is
are powerful.
marriage counselor for 35
Yeah,
years. 35 years.
interesting.
So you can imagine what can happen to your marriage after reading this book. Yes,
Yeah.
it's very helpful,
For those of
educational.
you that are planning to marry or that are not married yet, he also wrote a book, Things I Wish I Knew Before I Got Married. That one
Mm-hmm.
is also very powerful. So for those of you that are not yet married, you can read that book. It's a very powerful by Gary Chapman as well. Somebody is saying that I will go on for the book. I will surely read it. Please subscribe to our e-library. The book is there. I think the has already uploaded it right now. Subscribe to our e-library. You have access to all our books. And then, if you also would love to join our book club, please join us. Okay, it is going to help you to be intentional about your growth. Dr. Gladys, would you like to encourage them to join our book club? Dr. Gladys,
I would like
one of our mama there. Tell us.
I would like them to join the book club so much, because with this book club you discover that your life will have a very big transformation, because the books that are selected in the book club for you to read each month, you are going to see that even your business, your marital life, your spiritual life is going to be uplifted when you are a member of this Real Leaders Book Club. It's not a joking matter.
Thank you.
The thing has awakened my
Yes.
spirit so much. Those who don't love reading, who see reading like mystical, they're going to develop that attitude of reading, a habit of reading at least a book every month. And when you see that you
Yeah.
read 12 books in a year,
In a
those
year.
are 12 new ideas that you are already bringing into your life, into your sphere, into your
Can you
business.
imagine?
And in the book
If you
club,
read 12 books,
yes,
all
12 books
right,
in a
Dr. Gladys,
year.
go ahead. Yeah.
We think, I'm trying to explain that in the book club, we have books on spiritual life, marital life, speaking and talking, how to boom your business. Everything is there in the Real Leaders Book Club.
Yeah.
Everything. Just how to talk.
Interesting.
Mhm.
How to talk, small talk. Yeah. Yes, really beautiful. Dr. Gladys has been with us since 2021. I think 2021 or
Yeah.
2022. I can't remember. 2021, Dr. Gladys, right? We've been together since
Yeah.
2021, right? Yes. So,
Yeah.
guys, see, I want you to know that there's transformation in reading. The problem we have a lot of times is that we don't read. Like I would always say that the books you don't read can't help you. All right. So reading is a powerful practice. It's a
Mm.
powerful practice. Somebody's asked about podcasts. When you listen to podcasts, it's also a great way to motivate yourself to grow,
Yeah.
but you're gaining this as a secondary information, right? But
Mm-hmm.
primary information are really books because these things have been sourced from different ends. Somebody can read a passage and just come and explain to you in a podcast. But you read books,
Yeah.
you get the background information, the ideas, the experiences, where these things are coming from, and it's really deep. It can help you to have that background. Here you can listen to podcasts and read books, do everything together and ensure that you grow. All right. The target is for you to work to grow. All right. So we're going to continue this conversation tomorrow by same time, 7 p.m. What? All right. Make sure you don't miss that. Invite your friends and then let's take it to the next level. Relationship is going
Okay.
to make it, your relationship is going to get better when you listen to this on the replay. As a glad it's a
Oh, yeah.
relationship coach as well. She's also a second language expert. She has been
Mm-hmm.
teaching French for so many years, for more than 30 years or so. So guys, so guys, get ready to learn on a deeper level if you have even as you connect with us, all right, in
Yeah.
the system. Thank you so much. So Gladys, do you have any
Yeah.
final word for us before we go?
My final word is that learn the love language of your spouse and discover
Okay.
your new life. Step up your relationship and fill your emotional love tank. Write somewhere that love tank needs to be filled. And you listening to this session now, start, take a step in that relationship and boost it up.
Yeah. Go and
Yeah,
fill
yeah,
up your
yeah.
love tank, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Love is becoming fluid and effortless. Marriage decision is sweet and effortless, guys. Go and get married. For those of you that are not interested, no, no, we're not pushing you, okay? You can decide not to. Okay, but we're just saying that it's an interesting environment. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. Royal Etana, I see you. I see Sam, I see Dora. Thank you for joining us, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Thank you, Dr. Gladys. It's been
Thank you.
amazing.
Love you
Love you,
all.
love you, love you, love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Mm.
I stand amazed in your presence.
How far is it?
Ready for you, Lord.
Then I repeat it.
There's no one like you. This thing is not ending, no, guys. They want us to continue. What's wrong with this? In the end, there's no one like you.